The rumors were true. I'm finally doing this. Hi everybody, I'm Nitsa and today I'm going to show you my everyday colorful makeup look. I actually don't do my makeup every day, so I would not call this my everyday makeup look, but it is a daytime look that is sort of my signature, if you will. So without further ado, let's get started. I have already moisturized and slash primed my face with the Nivea Soft. The most important thing for me about applying moisturizer or any sort of base before your makeup is letting it completely dry on your skin. So right now it has been around 10 minutes since I've applied this, and my skin, like, you can't even tell that there's anything on there, so that is what we want, because otherwise the makeup that you put on top will kind of slip and slide and not stay in place, and that is not what you want. Yeah, let's go straight into concealer. I am using my favorite Primark concealer. This is around €3. I actually think I got this on sale for €1, so you can't really beat that price. It's in the shade Porcelain, and I love it because it is light enough for me. As you can see, I'm completely running out. I need to run and get a new one because I cannot live without this concealer. I love the shade, I love the coverage that it has, and I love how buildable it is, because actually at nighttime, if I need like extra coverage, I do multiple layers of this and it still works great, and it does not crease if you set it correctly, which is what I'm going to show you in my next video, so stay tuned for that. But let me just show you what I'm doing right here. It's my favorite trick for under eyes. I accentuate, so I kind of underline where my liner will go on top, and that sort of like sharpens out my eye and makes it seem like I have like a cat eye shape, even though I don't. And yeah, by the way, this is like the worst week for me to start doing YouTube because I do have some pimples on my skin, but it's fine. I really just don't care about pimples that much in general, so I'm gonna live with that. I am blending this out with a sponge that I got as a gift. It came as a gift when I ordered this brush kit on Amazon, and you're gonna see me use those brushes. You know, this definitely takes much more of a hustle to sort of blend everything because it is a bit firmer than a beauty blender, but you know, it still does the job. Let's move on to the other eye. We're doing the exact same thing, sort of like this underline, sharpening our liner even before we put it on. So I am blending it over my eyelid because my eyelids are naturally very dark, and I do want to sort of cover them up. Now again, please remember that this look is not flawless. It's supposed to be a quick daytime look, and it's not supposed to get you to perfection, so that is not what I'm trying to achieve right now. I'm just trying to show you like my quick and easy but colorful makeup look. So I'm gonna move on to my face concealer, which is what I use instead of foundation, basically, because I'm too lazy to do foundation every day or in the daytime. I don't think it looks good on me. Yeah, I don't think it looks good when you can tell that there's something on the skin, so I try to avoid that by using concealer. And this one is definitely light enough for my under eyes, and then this one I use for my face. It's by Koki Professional. It's their Be Bright it's their Be Bright Illuminating Concealer in the color Light. I got this in an Ipsy, and I really like it. I think it's a great shade for me, so I just put it on wherever I have any sort of redness. I don't really cover my, like, I do cover them up just a little bit, like I'm going to put like a touch of concealer there, but I don't really put in that extra work to really cover them up, because I personally think that the more you try to cover your pimples up, the more you can kind of tell that they're there, especially in the daytime. Like when people can see your skin up close, I feel like it doesn't make any sense to cover them up close and in like daylight or in the sun. So if you're doing like a photo shoot or if you're going to a party, then it totally makes sense. But in a daytime look, I don't think, for me personally, it doesn't make sense. So I'm just gonna blend this with the sponge that I already mentioned, that I am gonna link down below, but it's gonna be a Amazon Day link because I do currently live in Berlin, Germany. So I got it from there, but the brush kit is amazing and it only costs like 15 euros and it's great. I love getting like a bunch of brushes every once in a while just to have them, you know. It's a great way of not washing your brushes ever. But don't do that, don't be like me. Yeah. Just don't do that. I am gonna put a little bit on my cheeks, which I don't normally do, but I feel like they're red today and I don't know why. But do you know what? I actually do know why. I think it's because I've been filming this makeup tutorial for 4 days now. I've already filmed it 5 times, you guys. This is the 5th take of the exact same makeup tutorial that I'm doing. Just because I could not get the lighting and the focus and everything to be perfect. And I really want to make sure that it's perfect because I would never feel comfortable putting out something that is not 100% perfect. And yeah, the first 4 takes were just not good enough for me, and yeah, so I kind of already feel like a robot because I'm just repeating myself constantly. But I am gonna add just a little more right here because I need that extraness today. And also this concealer is running out, so I'm just like literally scraping the bottom to get some product on here. But yeah, I am doubling up already. You know, sometimes you need it, sometimes you don't, but today I feel like I need it. Just doing the exact same thing. Second layer, it works, trust me. And I do feel like the sponge absorbed a little bit, so that's why I do really need this second layer. And then I do bring it like sometimes down the nose, like highlight with the same shade, sort of, in a way. So for powder, I'm going to be using one of these shades from this e.l.f. Contouring palette that I have. I ran out of this shade. This used to be my favorite, but it was like a cool toned contour shade. I don't have that anymore, but I used this one. We're gonna get into that later, but I'm just grabbing this shade with a soft brush. I've actually had this brush for like 8 years now. I bought this when I first like fell in love with makeup. I was 12 and I was just living. I got this brush kit for super cheap at like a local tiny drugstore, and yeah, it's still with me. I've lost all the other ones in my tragic I don't even want to talk about it, but yeah, I lost my bag last year with all my favorite makeup and everything in it. Like, I don't want to talk about it, but you know, it was traumatic, but it's fine. Trying to stay positive, but I cannot use this shade under my eyes because it's just too dark, so I just use it, you know, on the perimeters of the face or wherever I need it, but on the places where I will not put anything on top of it. So here on my cheek and here where I will put on bronzer, blush, and highlight, I don't put on powder underneath that because I just think that will make it like extra cakey and I don't need that. So for my under eye, I'm going to be using this Pure Cosmetics Perfect Fit Eyeshadow Trio in Little Miss Perfect, and I'm going to be using the shade Angel, which I'm almost running out of. But yeah, I'm just going to take this brush, the same brush, and I am going to show you a little trick on how I use this for a more full coverage look in my next video, which is going to be my full-on extra colorful crazy nighttime look. But I just dip my brush in here, just squinch it, just, you know, get creative with it. Then I squinch my eyes and make sure there's no creases, and then I just set it and forget it. Yeah, I do the same thing with my other eye, the exact same thing I should say. And yeah, I feel like this is getting repetitive already, so I'm sorry. But yeah, what should we talk about? Maybe we should talk about the fact that I've been wanting to do this for years and years and years. I know that everyone who knows me is gonna be like, thank God, like finally you're doing that, because I've been wanting to do this for literally, I don't know, 7 years, 8 years. You know, I started watching YouTube when I was 12, and immediately I kind of had this feeling of like, this is what I'm supposed to do. but I never really got the courage to like take that step and do it. I was always like, yeah, I'm gonna do that later, you know, I'm not there yet, I shouldn't be doing this right now. But now I finally feel like it's my time to do it, and you know, I've already lost so much time. Like I feel like if I started 7 or 8 years ago, my life would be completely different, but you know. Yeah, I just went into contour without even saying anything. I am using this warm shade, which, you know, it's not a contour, it's more of a bronzer, but I don't care, it works for me. So I'm just doing a basic, you know, 3 shape, but I am putting it a little extra right here, and I love putting bronzer and then highlighter on top of it. Like, love it. It's my little trick. I think it makes you look super bronzed and highlighted at the same time, so you know, it's a win-win. And again, this is a daytime look and it's a quick look, so I'm not really being precise here. I'm just sort of blending everything all over the place without even paying any attention. And if I do feel like I went overboard somewhere, I just go over with my sponge and it's not really a problem. And then to contour my nose, I just squinch my brush, I pick up the product, and then I just go yeah, I'm not really trying to be precise here again. If you feel like you made a mistake, just grab your sponge again and just kind of clean up after yourself. Blend everything in. Okay, I think we're looking okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of powder around my nose because that is an area where I do get red, like continuously red throughout the day. Especially I live in Berlin and the temperature here is super duper cold, so every time I go outside my nose completely turns red, like no matter how much foundation I put on it. It's just a natural reaction, but I do try to, you know, sort of prevent it a little, so I am putting a little bit extra powder on there. And let's move on to my favorite part of my makeup routine currently, which is blush. And it's not just any regular blush, it's Fenty Beauty blush, bitch. So girl, I am living for this blush. I wear this every time I do my makeup. I love it so much, and the funniest thing is, in my 7 or 8 years of doing makeup, I never used to wear blush, like ever. Like I used to be obsessed. I don't know why, I just thought that the face should be super monochromatic. Do you know what I mean? With like the bronze and the highlight. It's like that's all I thought should be on the face, and I did not like the look of like pink cheeks. But then my boyfriend gave me this duo for my birthday, and you know, it's Rihanna, so I feel like if my boyfriend and Rihanna are telling me to wear blush, I'm gonna wear blush. And now I'm in love. I cannot stop wearing it, and the way I wear it, I put it on is I actually go in both shades like this, and then I turn my brush, dip into both shades again, tap, and then and I am using like a huge super fluffy brush. I just love putting this all over my face, and with this look, I do not like to be precise and sort of put everything in its own place. I'm just super casual about it, just throwing a bunch of things on my face. And then my favorite part is putting blush on my nose. Like, you have no idea how much I am obsessed with putting, okay, I just did way too much. That is embarrassing, but I'm obsessed with putting blush on my nose, you know, a little bit on my forehead, on my chin. I just love looking like a clown now, guys. But for real, I am gonna blend this in a little bit because it's a little too much, even for me. But yeah, that is our blush. I am obsessed. I hope you like it as well, just as much as I do. So let's move on to highlighter, and I'm sure no one's gonna be surprised by this product. This is the Sleek Makeup highlighter palette in the color Solstice. Let me just show you what it looks like. I'm really sorry, I'm not sure if I'm good at holding things up yet. Like, you'd think watching YouTube all these years I'd be good at it, but I just can't quite figure out how to properly do it. I use this Ebelin brush, which I find very cute, and I love the color and I love how fluffy it is. And this is actually probably a blush brush, but I use it for highlight because, again, I like highlight all over my face, all over the place. The fourth one is a cream, so I don't dip into that one, but I load up my brush with all the other 3 colors, and then we just go ham. Just like that. You know, I squinch it again for my nose and for here, and then I just bring it up just like I did my bronzer. Kind of go over my brow even a little bit. Just put it everywhere, girl. Just don't be shy about it. It's highlighter, it's life. It's the source of life. It's the source of light. I've never said that before. I don't know why I just said that. But we're done with the face, you guys. Already we are done with the face. Before we move on to the eyes, first let's do brows. I'm using, again, this Pure Cosmetics eyeshadow trio in Little Miss Perfect, but this time I'm using the shade Control Freak, which is a great cool toned, dark but not too dark brown. And what I do for my brows is just fill them in with powder. Like, I don't even change their shape. I don't do anything. I just make them more prominent. And I do think that having a little trio or a little quad like this is essential for everyone, because you can use these shades in so many ways. I use these as contour when I really want to like chisel the shit out of my cheekbones. I use this like as my under eye powder, like brightening powder. You know, you can use this in so many ways, so I think it's really helpful, especially for beginners, to have something like that. I've had like something like this in my makeup bag. I always have, like always. I just feel like I can do so many things with this product. So yeah, let me just do the thing. I just like follow my natural brow and do these little feathery strokes. And to be honest, I would not say that this eyeshadow is like the most pigmented. Like, you definitely do need to go in there, load up the brush a couple of times to get it to work, but it's cheap, so you know, you have your options. You either go for something that's super pigmented and it's super easy to use, or you pay less. So I would rather pay less for something like this and then invest in like a cool eyeshadow palette that I'm going to show you next. So don't go anywhere, that is coming up. And then for the front of my brow, I go like this. So I go boop, and that kind of creates the shape for me, so I don't even need to do anything. And then what I like to do is I kind of like to tilt my brows up, sorry, just like that. I don't even do anything to fix them in place, or you know, I don't know, anything. It's just straight up powder, because this is, again, a quick and easy look. Yeah, I'm happy with that result. Let's move on to my favorite part, which is the eyes. Let me show you the biggest love of my life, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette. Let me just please take a look at this. I am hoping and praying that you can see the beauty that is the Riviera palette, and you can probably tell my favorite shade already. It's the Seychelles one. It's the one I've hit pan on already. I don't know, it's just crazy to me that I have this. Like, this is so special to me because this is my first like real good quality makeup palette, and this is the first time I really experienced what pigment was and what like eyeshadows just gliding on meant, because for most of my life I just bought like cheap makeup and I really worked my ass off to get them to, you know, show up and do stuff. And then here I could just, I will show you in a minute, I just dip the brush into the shadow once and then it just works perfectly. And yeah, my boyfriend gave this to me for my birthday this year, and it was just, I don't know, it was so sweet and it's so special to me. But girl, he did not stop there. He did not stop there, and he also gave me these, which are the Fenty Beauty liners, which I was dreaming of. I was literally dreaming of them, and I never told him, like I never mentioned it. You know, I don't really talk about the makeup products that I want with him unless it's like a cool, you know, collab or something that I think is super interesting. But these were like on top of my wish list, and yeah, I'm in love with them. Like I love them so much, but they're not perfect. You know, I can't lie. I love Rihanna, but I cannot lie. These are not the best liners. Like they are a little bit streaky, which is what I don't like about them, but I still use them to death every single time I do my makeup. So yeah, no complaints, but still I can't lie and say that these are the best, because they're really not. So yeah, the formula could have been better, but other than that, love it. I'm gonna use the shade Jalapeno today, which is love the name and love the shade as well. And what my basic, you know, easy look, like eyeshadow look formula is just having a shimmery base, a colorful liner on top, and a colorful shade on the lower lash line, and that is just like boom, like you look presentable in under 5 minutes, and you know, it's great. So today I'm gonna use my favorite Jalapeno, and you guessed it, the Seychelles eyeshadow from the Riviera palette on my lower lash line, and it just looks so good together. Just wait and see. But first, let's go in with our shimmery shade, which I'm gonna use the Sleek Makeup palette again and mix these two shades. So just load them both up on the brush really heavily, and then just remove like any kind of creases that you might have, and then just go. And I would not recommend going all over, like in the crease as well. I'm just focusing this on the lid, and then just kind of blending it up to the crease, but not really covering the full crease, you know. And then also going in the inner corner and also underneath the brow. So this is like a universal shade that you can use, and it's super easy, super quick. I am using a flat shader brush, which is a very basic brush that I got in the kit that I just mentioned already 3 times in this video. And now we can move on to the most nerve-wracking part, which is the liner. You know, people always ask me how to get their eyeliner technique down, because my eyeliner, you know, if I do say so myself, always looks perfect. Not perfect, but it always looks good. And the only thing I can say to beginners or to people who have not gotten like doing their liner down yet is it takes practice. Like I remember being 12, I remember being 13, and just sitting for hours and hours and hours and just putting it on, removing it, putting it on, removing it, and then I finally got it down after like a year of trying. So now, you know, I still mess up. Like I messed up the last time I filmed this video. It was so embarrassing, but you know, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. I am starting in the middle, and I am hoping that you can see what I'm doing. So this is especially hard on camera, so just bear with me. Okay, we got the base down. Now we just need the wing. It says to shake the eyeliner before use, so that's why I've been doing that. Forgot to tell you, sorry. I'm just trying to like get some excess off, and then I'm praying to God right now that this liner works. So what I do is I sort of, okay, this is very hard to explain, but do you know that corner where the bottom and top, where the top and bottom waterlines meet? I just kind of go in there with my liner and then just drag it out. But be very careful, please. Just don't go literally in there, but go near there and then just drag it out. Yes, just like that. Okay. Just connect it. But this is already, I feel it's good. But I do want to kind of thicken it up, because right now, again, because it's streaky, it is not giving me the enough color payoff that I want. Like it's not neon enough. Like it's there, but it's not bright enough, so I will need to put on some more, even though the shape is perfect. you could always go slightly like this if you're not happy with the way your wing turned out, but mine is actually not as bad as I thought it would be. I'm just gonna do some finishing touches on it. I just wanted to be super perfect for this video. Okay, I feel like I'm just being a super perfectionist here and it looks great. Let's just leave it at that. You know, that is also my advice to you. Just don't worry about everything being so perfect. Like, it's fine. Unless somebody literally knows makeup just as much as you do, no one's gonna notice that your eyeliner is a bit off and people are still gonna compliment you and you're still gonna look fierce. So, yeah, just don't worry too much about it. Alright, now that the liner is finally done, it's on there. It's not perfect, but I'm gonna live with that. Let's move on to the bottom lash line. As I said, I'm gonna be using the shade Seychelles from the Anastasia palette. I'm using a super tiny flat shader brush, and I'm just picking up the tiniest bit of the product. Just barely, like I'm touching and I'm picking it up, but just like barely, barely. And then I just take it into my waterline and my lower lash line. So just kind of both at the same time. What I like to do is I kind of drag it up to my liner and it kind of connects everything. And the two colors look so bomb together. I'm just living for this look. So there you go, that's the eyes. Let's do mascara. This is my favorite mascara ever since I was 12. I know this is like an ongoing theme in this video. I've obviously gotten a new one, but the Maybelline Colossal, I just feel like the brush is so great. It's so good at separating the lashes, and the formula, I feel like it's super jet black and yeah, stays on all night long. Okay, and now I'm going to move on to my lips, which is what I do right now. It's my signature lip that I do all the time, and this is actually a pretty funny trick that I do. Everybody who sees me doing this just dies laughing because I literally just beat my lips with my lipstick instead of applying it, and it works. Like, it gives me the exact result that I want it to give me, so I just do it like this. See, I made a mistake right there that I'm gonna fix with my sponge. I love doing that because it really accentuates your lips. So even if I didn't make a mistake, I would still go around my lips with the sponge. So yeah, do you see the difference between the bottom lip and the top lip? And there's not even, like, it doesn't even feel like there's any product on my lip now, which is exactly what I want. Again, this is super messy, and then I go into my liner, which is from MAC. This is in the shade Stone, which is a cool toned brown shade, which is my absolute favorite. I used to have a lipstick with the same name, but I lost it. I lost all of my MAC lipsticks. I don't know where they went, but I went into the store to buy a new one and they didn't have it, so I just bought the pencil. And it's still great. I only do like the parts that I need, so mostly in the center of my, like outline only in the center or in the middle part of the outline. Just like that, and then just kind of drag it up and drag it down. I don't really make them bigger, but you could. But this technique already sort of makes them bigger because the liner is darker than the lipstick, and we're also going to put on gloss on top, so it's gonna yeah, it's gonna do the trick. Then you're just gonna beat it like this just to blend it. the sponge. And then it's the gloss. This is my favorite gloss. It's from Primark. It's their High Shine lip gloss in the color Candy. I think this is a very neutral shade, so it goes well on top of anything that you might use it on. So yeah, I just put it in the center, and then kind of on here. And that's it. That's the look done. Here is the finished result. I'm gonna take my hair clips out. Cute. Let's lift my hair up. You know, look in the mirror. What do you guys think? This is the finished look, you guys. What do you think? Tell me in the comments down below. Definitely subscribe because this is my first video and I for sure want to see you here again. And yeah, I don't know, follow me on Instagram, you know, whatever, all those things. But mainly I hope you enjoyed and learned something from me, and I hope you stay tuned for more because there's so much more that's coming. We're just getting started, baby. So make sure to tune in next time, and yeah, see you later. Bye. 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 Thank you. Bye.